This underground hip hop shit is gonna change my life. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the next Jay-Z off of some underground hip hop shit. You ain't ready.
Yeah.
Enterprise.
Okay,
worked,
Jay-Z is
it worked for
crazy.
Tyler. It worked for Tyler.
It did indeed. That guy is rich, bro. That guy is
Yeah,
He
rich,
is-
rich,
he is-
rich,
he is
rich,
very
rich.
fucking rich.
It's actually outrageous.
I didn't
It's
realize till he did the Call Me If You Get Lost joint. He was just talking about how much like fucking shit he was buying. I'm like, oh damn, maybe this nigga is Jay-Z. Like,
Well, a lot of that shit comes from, the clothing and also the festival shit too. So
Yeah,
he's
true.
fucking hella loot off of the clothing.
Yeah,
Like
he's
even
been
I got golf wang shit. Like yeah.
I had GoFang shit in high school without even knowing it was GoFang shit. I just needed some shoes.
I never had golf playing shit because by the time I got money, I wasn't as big a Tyler fan.
Oh my god! 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 Guys,
Right.
it's What's Up with the Minutes, episode
Yeah.
5. Episode 5. You know how
We
many
back.
episodes that is? You know what I mean? That's one full hand. One full hand of
You know-
episodes right now, man. It's crazy out here.
The way I see it, anyone can do anything 4 times, but if we can do it fifth times, if we can do it 5 times, I think we're locked in. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
I think.
you're right.
So
Yeah,
this is
look-
make or break. We found out if we're flukes or not here.
If this is a good episode, then we might consider doing a 6. Before this time, we were like, nah. We were just seeing what's happening, but we might have to actually do a podcast now.
Plug the Patreon. What is
I
are
was
we
about
Patreoning
to,
right
We
man.
now?
have a
Okay.
Patreon that
Yeah.
you fucking up the flow.
Fucking up the flow, man. I'm the
Let me
A
rewind.
mic.
This
I'm
is
the
like
A
Kobe,
mic.
the showrunner.
This is a hip hop show where every 2 weeks, we go over 3 topics. Mega, Trey, and myself. We choose out our own topics and we talk about them. Underground focus, hip hop. You know how we do. We out here. Join our motherfucking Patreon, guys. We got a Patreon now. We got a Patreon now. If you send us some money, we'll give you some free shit for not free. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like that. Every single tier of the Patreon so far, you'll get unedited versions of this whole thing. We usually talk for like
before
20
and
minutes.
after episodes.
Yeah, we usually talk for like 20 minutes after the episodes are recorded, so you get that little bonus content. And in the future, we're planning on maybe having like a separate topic, like a bonus topic or some shit. Who knows? We're in treacherous territory right now. Well, that wasn't the right word. Don't worry about it. Treacherous territory right now. Don't worry about it. Okay. Join the Patreon so we can escape this hellland we're in. Bro.
Join.
Do
We're this close to selling out.
Do the Patreon episodes, are those going to be coming out earlier than every Wednesday? Like,
oh shit, yeah, we can do
is that a
that.
thing?
If you want
We
to,
can
we
100%
we
do
can do
that.
it as soon as you got it. As soon as we're
Yeah,
done,
that's
we
a
can
really
post
good
that
point,
shit.
actually.
Should be able to
Yeah.
push that. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
we
get
can,
it a whole week early.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so join the Patreon for that. You know what he's saying. It's good shit out here. It's good shit. Support a real nigga. Support
Black business.
Shake it
So
for,
true.
shake it for
Take it for a real nigga. All right, how you guys doing, man? What going, Mega?
I'm high posted, man. I just, Wednesday's one of my days off, and I took my daughter to jujitsu, and I just been lazy all day playing video games and watching bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's been good.
That's fire. How's the jiu-jitsu going? I said the second week, right?
It's good. No, she's been going for a couple weeks. I think this is like maybe like the third
Holy
week, but she's
shit.
had maybe about 10 classes already, and
What?
she loves it. Yeah, she loves it. She's still a little bit hesitant when she gets in there. She doesn't want to use all of her strength and like aggression or just energy, so she's a little bit timid. But yeah, it's getting better each week. Yeah, in about 6 months, she'll probably have, if she keep on going 3 times a week, she'll have more mat time than I ever had. So
She gonna be start.
She
You're
can
gonna
beat
have to
your
start
ass.
like, yeah. I'm gonna say you gotta watch out, bro. You're gonna tell her rough, and she's gonna throw you over her shoulder and shit.
yeah. Already she be trying to pull some shit, and my wife too, because my wife been going to watching, and B Girl Chi, I think she's going to join jujitsu soon too. So they're gonna try to double team up on me and shit. So yeah, should be dope though.
You can start getting jumped, bro. That's your alarm instead of an alarm, bro. You just get beaten the shit out every
I'm
morning.
pretty sure that's their plan. Yeah, fucking violent.
It's crazy, bro. How are you doing though, Trey?
I'm good. Unlike Mega, Wednesdays are the days I have to go back to work, so I gotta mentally prepare myself. But doing the podcast always makes it slightly better, just a smidge better.
Megro, I think he loves us. Megro, I think he enjoys this. I think he enjoys us.
He do.
Y'all cool. Y'all all right.
He just won't tell anybody in the Rap Music Plug podcast Discord. And shit.
He's keeping it
he
secret,
refuses. Yeah.
No free promo.
Kayfabe.
We're censoring that name. No free promo.
Yeah. Oh, power. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm really censor it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Cut that part out. Yeah. We don't fuck with rap music podcast.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
No.
I'll change it to like Professor Sky Discord or some shit.
Cool. Do you want to get into our topics today then?
Shit.
Fantastic. Okay. So our topics today, we're gonna talk about the recent Tyler situation. There is things going on. The internet is angry as always, and we at What's Up with the Minutes are gonna solve this problem, man. People are pissed off. We're gonna
solve it as three black individuals.
Yeah. My topic, we're gonna go over Blind Seer by Cavalier, also the whole album of Chief. You know, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, bruv. We're getting into the weeds of the best hip hop song ever made. Oh my god, is it actually? That's my opinion. You know what he's saying? We out here. And Mega, he's gonna talk about old heads because he's old. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the only thing Meg is gonna have to say. Cool, we'll get to that. Jay, do you want to start us off?
Just gotta do the ritual as permitted. Here we go.
Shit. You an evil ass nigga, Trey.
He darker skinned than I remember. I don't be tapped in that much, but yeah.
That's not actually him.
I love clarifying that.
Oh shit! Old heads, we don't know shit. The old heads don't know shit.
Nigga's old, bro. He's out here with his glasses, but they're not the right.
There might be real Odd Future merch though. Is what the streets are saying. Yeah. So we can take it from the top. I'll do a quick rundown for the niggas who aren't terminally online, because in my opinion, this is a very terminally online discourse. But basically, after the passing of D'Angelo, rest in peace, D'Angelo, Tyler posted a little tribute post. I thought it was a very sweet post. And his white fans, the white part of his base, were basically just like being very mad, disrespectful under the post, saying shit like they weren't even. It was more along the lines of like, we don't care, drop the album, or like posting like dumb memes and shit. Mm-hmm. So people like, that's weird. What the fuck is up with that? And then Tyler liked the tweet about his white fans being especially disrespectful towards him. And this launched into a discussion about this being a monster of Tyler's own making, Frankenstein's monster, if you will. And there were a lot of different takes. And I kind of disagree with this. Not for like protecting Tyler's honor reasons. I got into Tyler in like 2019. I didn't really fuck with him again until like Chromacopia-ish. So I like play him occasionally. But I feel like the thing that this conversation was founded on, which was the passing of D'Angelo, I feel like that was like more so a vessel for people to get off their grievances they've had with Tyler for a while. That's how it came off to me. And I feel drawing the current fan base of Tyler with the brush that is old Tyler feels a little misplaced, only because I think that the base that makes up Tyler's listening base is no different than any popular rapper out right now. So that was kind of my larger point with it. Because I feel like on a lower level, like on an underground level, we get like a different idea of like more distinct communities. But I feel like rap at the level Tyler's at is extremely homogenized as far as the fan base. Yeah. So I want to get y'all thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I was witnessing the whole debate form in real time, and it was a little outrageous. There's obviously, you know how Twitter is. Them niggas cannot not hyperbolize. Like it's impossible. It's impossible. So, you know, it's very exaggerated, the things they're saying. A lot of the kind of acting as if Tyler is the same nigga he was, like 13 years ago. No, he's not.
More than that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was saying like what?
Well, it ranges.
Yeah, Goblin came out in like 2011. I think he was like 21 at the time. You know, so it's like
still an old ass nigga.
The thing is to be fair, like I don't think he was like a kid when he was doing that shit. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like. I think way too many people tried to infantilize Tyler and be like, "Oh, he just didn't know what he was doing. He was a baby."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. That's a grown ass man. he can deal with the consequences of his actions. He's cool, man. He's fine. He got banned from England. You know, like that's not no little baby shit.
Yeah.
So I found a lot of that kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's also like Tyler is not doing that anymore. Obviously, there's still elements of the edgy shit, but Tyler's no longer doing that. So I think it's kind of irresponsible on people to act as if a thing you did time and time ago is still everyone who was enjoying his music then is the same person who was enjoying his music time and time ago. And even if they are the same people, I'm not in my head thinking that these same edgelords who are listening to his music in 2011 are still the same edgy people that they are today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like both his fan base and himself has grown. And as a result, the kind of the kind of like average Tyler fan has also grown into you know what? Fuck it. Meg, you got it. Meg, you got it.
It's so, you know, I definitely don't be on Twitter, you know, the discursive battlefield that is Twitter. Some of the old tweets and things that I was seeing, it tied into, you know, Childish Gambino, who has an overwhelmingly white fan base, and you know, Childish Gambino's experience as a black man. He didn't get super blackety black until later in his career.
He was like,
it's when he got kind of like super blackety. I knew him from like Derek Comedy, where he was like the funny black, you know, he was just a funny black kid who had he was a little like he'd be white like ish to
Super
to
Smash
me,
Bros.
Like the way I grew up, you know what I mean, like that. And it's like it was a strange thing to see. People were bringing up like his old merch that had you know, Pickaninny on it, and discussing how, you know, selling that to his fan base was problematic. And I've been listening to Tyler since like 2008, 2009. I want to say, like, yeah, but way before Goblin came out. Like, we were kind of hip to it and finding out. And back then I was like, wow, these black kids are, you know, on some like punk shit. They're basically giving a middle finger to popular culture and to you know, civil society in such a way. It was really edgy. You know, they tossed a lot of F slurs. They did promoting a lot of you know, drug usage on their videos and shit.
Violence.
Yeah, and also, yeah, and, you know, misogyny. And also, you know, through his career trajectory, he's been kind of a funny guy. It's only more recently that we've taken him as like a serious artist, and even there, he's funny as hell. I remember one tweet that I saw a long time ago. It was like, "What's the most ghetto name?" And Tyler retweeted it saying, you know, "Hard ER N-bomb," and I thought that was hilarious. It was hilarious, but it's hilarious for black people, and to kind of view it in the scope of, you know, his white fan base, that is pervasive in all hip hop, and particularly in underground hip hop. They are the reason that he was able to catapult into the stardom that he has, in a large way. They're the reason why he's super rich right now. And I saw this conversation coming up again, surprised me, because it does remind me of, you know, 5-6 years ago, during the height of Me Too and cancel culture and call out culture, where there's this incessant moralizing about, you know, focusing on individuals, and as if like they're not dynamic beings, and it's like either you go to heaven or hell. I personally thought the Pickaninny was in bad taste, but Tyler's a black man, and he's a black man. He not from fucking the suburbs or some shit. This motherfucker is from fucking Inglewood. He from Hawthorne and shit, and that's a real ass area. I grew up in that area too, and Tyler can do what the fuck he wants. I just think that I haven't been a big fan of his work for a while, because a lot of the things that he did in his youth, they just didn't really stay appealing to me, even when he came out of those things and created, you know, Flower Boy and Igor and all these other things.
Pink washed himself.
Yeah, you guys, y'all seen exactly when everybody was talking about the last album. I was like, yeah, I'm not listening to that shit. I don't really give a fuck. I have no intentions of following that. And people taking these extreme positions against him and his white fan base. It's really, I don't think it does anything but serves to kind of like alienate white comrades and shit, though, or potential white comrades and those who are not really fucking around with that. There's it's like I don't understand what people want. Are they asking for cancellation? Are they wanting some type of restorative acknowledgement, or
just want him to acknowledge his past, because in some ways he did kind of just skirt past that point in his life. My thing is, well, just to clarify, I don't necessarily want the conversation to be like exonerating Tyler specifically, or like, because he was a grown man saying some insane shit. That R. Kelly shit was wild. That was one of the only two that made me like fucking recoil crazy.
You got another one about Chris Brown as well. Like, what
were those? I don't know those.
He's R. Kelly was pissing on kids and got away with it. It's the most gangster shit ever. He's like grown man saying this shit.
Sounds like a joke. It sounds like a joke.
No, yeah,
it's a joke about child abuse, but it sounds like a joke. Yeah.
A lot of shit was jokes, man, but like a lot of it is crazy to read back on. But my point wasn't so much that, because going back and looking at like shit from like 10 years ago and being like, I'm gonna hold you to this. If I can cognitively tell that you're not that same person, which I've deduced through the music, but I know everyone's not listening to the music. But if I can tell that you're not the same person, I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with the shit he said, but I'm cool with wiping the slate clean. But it was more so, I feel like this like spawned a bunch of like arbitrary markers of what makes niggas black. So they were like random shit like, oh, he's dating white guys, so that he must still be that same person.
My Lord.
Or his music doesn't sound black to me. Like black people don't like this music, and I'm like,
black people don't use synthesizers.
Where did you
can't use synthesizers.
Where did you determine that? So I feel like it's taken like a conversation of accountability, or what it claims to be accountability, and I feel like it's made it into like a bunch of short-sighted critiques that miss the marker. Because the way I see it is, Tyler and Kendrick are both operating at a high level right now. If Kendrick did that post, like did a D'Angelo tribute post, and I guarantee, I am 1,000% sure the same type of snarky, disrespectful comments that were on the Tyler shit would be under Kendrick shit.
Yeah.
If Kendrick took that same issue, I feel like Kendrick would not see any pushback, because that wasn't his past, one, but also he comes off as like appropriately black. But I say that to say that I don't think this is attributed to what Tyler did 10 years ago. I think because the way I see the average rap fan, mainstream rap fan, they're mostly just liberal white kids, and they consume this shit. Like, it's basically just content to niggas, and they don't have reverence for it, which was one of the points I did agree with. But I feel like this could have been an opportunity to have a broader conversation about the enjoyment of rap at a high level, and like who this artist sold to, as opposed to we're gonna make this about Tyler's past transgressions and shit.
Yeah. I mean, Meg, do you want to go?
I can, but go off.
No. There's something I was thinking a lot about this, like when it specifically came to analyzing like Tyler's fan base in comparison to the average fan base. The thing you said about Kendrick is completely true. Is if Kendrick posted this, the same responses are in the replies, but the replies from that are then not bouncing into Tyler being not black enough or whatever. But there's obviously more elements to Tyler not being black enough than shit he did 10 years ago. If they're bringing up shit he's doing now, it's not, oh, Tyler back then was edgy and saying nigger and saying this and what, he's not black enough. It's, oh, Tyler, he's a little like that. He's a little bit of this. You know what I mean? He's there's obviously, as much as there is the element of kind of critiquing his past, I feel like a lot of people are coming at this from what do we consider to be white attributes, and low-key queerness is on that list. Niggas don't realize that gay niggas exist. It's a lot of the time they're looking at Tyler and they're going, oh, the things he's doing are a little bit queer, I suppose, and I don't associate that with blackness.
Sure.
And so the immediate kind of response is, how can we invalidate this guy? And they continue to invalidate this guy because, you know, he's one of those. He's one of the queers. And I don't think like he's the only guy who gets that kind of treatment. But it is interesting to see how that always seems to come to a head every single time that type of shit comes up. Like someone being with white boys, I don't feel like that's necessarily a relevant part of someone being black or not being black.
Right.
Unless you perceive.
I mean, on Twitter, though, on Twitter, you know, Twitter, it's like the thing is, like, we're talking about his reactions and the things that were problematic in a wide spectrum of, you know, antisocial reactionary politics, you know, homophobia, misogyny, insensitivity to certain things that are like real serious. But again, he is a comedian. But if it's black folks heavily you know, contributing to this conversation and centering it on his blackness and his responsibility as a black man to provide some type of actual map to blackness for his white fans, that's a bit weird. You know, art it does not exist in a vacuum or outside the conditions in which it was created. All art is a part of the superstructure and inescapably tethered to the mode of production, the ideological spectrum, and the historical aesthetic values therein. There's so many methods to critique this that do not center on creators' intent or personal actions, but separating it 100% would be some real idealistic nonsense. The thing is that all artists who reach the level of that have the same type of financial mobility and the ability to make their art like that are largely selling to white audiences. Black artists are largely selling to white audiences. They are the ones that are purchasing the music. They are the ones that are going to Camp Flognaw and buying most of the Golf Wang stuff. And it skews the idea of blackness in a way, because Tyler, as savvy as he is as a business person, is more than willing to welcome those type of people into his community, whereas Kendrick he's not nearly online as much as Tyler is whatsoever. He's not making posts like that or trying to be funny or cultivating a social presence. I don't know if Tyler does that at all anymore, but the thing is that this critique is very strange to me, is because it seems to be coming primarily from radical libs who are focused on the blackness of things, and radical libs who are focused on his blackness, and also those who are fighting against his misogyny and past transgressions, while viewing them somewhat ahistorically, I suppose, if he's actually made. I don't know if he's disavowed his F slur since he came out as whatever type of, I don't know, is he gay, is he bi? I don't know those things about him. Did he have to disavow those things? Is it a part of the social project that you have to do those things? When Billy Woods puts a gollywog on his shirt and sells it to white fans, is that something that we're not also going to critique?
Like you having a look.
Is it because of Billy Woods' music is more centered towards radical politics, whereas Tyler's music is centered towards popular appreciation of those sonic qualities? I don't really fucking know. And I also don't give a fuck. Like Twitter is so crazy, bro. I got the Donald Glover tweet, I think, that you shared, Cozy, where he has a thing that said "coon," and it's just like it's early Gambino or Donald Glover. And I scrolled down, and you know how it recommends other conversations. The conversation that was below it were black men and women arguing with each other who had it more difficult on Twitter during this era to this era. And I was just like, yo, you guys are really hateful towards each other in a very weird way, that like, if this is the type of people who are having this, this discoursive battlefield on Twitter, I have nothing really to say to them.
Yeah.
That's not how I would, build any type of
conversation or anything.
Well, just if we go about trying to collectively establish a more thoughtful camaraderie of people, a more human camaraderie of people, and a more human interaction, we have to stop fucking thinking the worst of people and judging them with this intense moral imperative for purity. It's like if I put you under the microscope and look at all the funny shit that you've been doing, it was a different motherfucking time in 2012 when it came to jokes. Like McKinley Dixon on Twitter just got dragged the other day because somebody posted a real mean-spirited joke, and he was like, this is funny as hell, funny than a bitch, but what if I kill myself? And it's clear that's a joke, and people are going to be offended by the fact that he's talking about self seppuku, or you know what I mean, like
it's more like one person
suicide. But no, I mean, I even seen it in the chat group. It's like some people take offense to that. Maybe I would too. My father killed himself. You know what I mean? I'm almost certain that he killed himself. And I'm just like, yo, I'm able to separate that from my experience, but maybe it's just because I'm an old head. I just don't operate with that. Like, it's the radical liberal type of moral imperative that's happening. It's like really Protestant as fuck. And it's not something I was around for. So maybe I'm just maybe I'm a band, Cozy. Maybe I'm a band or a bitch ass nigga. I don't fucking know.
I think a lot of this as well is like a lot of people just didn't know this shit was happening. A lot of people are seeing all of this for the first time. So I've seen this exact conversation happen like 4 times before. Every single time Tyler releases an album, more old tweets come out again and again and again. And it's like, from my perspective, we've had this conversation before, we can move on. But from a lot of people's perspective, they're seeing this shit for the first time and not necessarily knowing that Tyler wasn't that guy that they thought he was at least. So it's like, think of, and also it comes from the perspective of people who obviously expect everyone they're interacting with to share their same opinions, which is harmful, parasocialist shit. But if you get those people in a room like Twitter, and you tell them, yo, this guy who you think's your best friend, he used to say the craziest shit, and he sold a t-shirt with this on. Something's gonna start, bro. Something's gonna start. It's kind of the inevitable kind of course of Tyler's career. Is that this shit's just gonna come up every now and then, and it's gonna be annoying every single time. Yeah,
we can't dismiss it as unimportant and something that we should refuse to confront, because there is a very genuine conversation about the production of black art, white people's experience of it, and also how it reflects upon like a black individual, and also what it perpetuates throughout society. Where you value those things is where it gets tricky for me. If you don't like that Tyler did that shit, then kindly walk the fuck away and listen to Cavalier. Like, listen to an artist, or even, I don't know if Cavalier is problematic on Twitter. I have no fucking idea. But like, kindly move the fuck on then. Like, what are you going to do? The people that benefit from these type of conversations more than us, endlessly morally equivocating is Twitter itself. They love these conversations. They drive up engagement. Twitter's free because they making money off of us niggas and shit, right? Black Twitter, that shit ain't black Twitter. That's just that's the public square. That's enclosure of the common for nigga thought, in a lot of ways. And that is not where black people necessarily need to figure out the nuances of blackness. And a lot of people figure out the nuances of blackness already. Go read a motherfucking book. Like, read Frantz Fanon. Like, goddamn, like if you really want to disseminate it like that, like, because Twitter is just the enclosure of comments in a cyberspace for niggas to fucking, I don't know, do their man-tan shit in a lot of ways. And when I see black men and black women arguing on some victim shit, I'm just like, come on, man, like, for real, like, for real, like,
we could be so much more than this.
In front of all these white people, you gonna do that? In front of all these white eyes, you gonna do that? Like, yo, I didn't talk shit about Obama unless I was only around niggas for a long time, just because I understood I didn't like Obama, but I understood that me being negative about Obama was going to contribute to this larger thing that white people had no business knowing about. You know what I mean? I was like Jesse Jackson on the phone calling him, on the video shit, calling him a bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean? We're going to get to, but bro. Yeah. Bro. And it's like, yo, man, calm down. I already canceled Tyler. He's done. He doesn't exist to me as a music artist. I generally think that picture behind Trey right now is him, and I refuse to believe otherwise. Yeah, this is what I've done. I don't listen to Kanye. I don't give a fuck what he does either.
Yeah,
not to say that they're the same, but I made my decision.
Nah, they're the exact same.
Yeah,
so if it's someone's prerogative to you want to hold them to account or whatever, I ain't gonna argue with you about it, because we need to bring woke back anyways. But
I don't know.
I guess now we bringing it back. My closing thoughts would be the idea that if we have enough black aesthetics, if Tyler was dating black women and his music was niggered up, we could somehow curb the consumption of irreverent white fans of this black art, and that could somehow be avoided. And I feel like this is an experiment we've ran several times over. I feel like niggas already to an extent held Kendrick as this figure. And if you're just black enough and you rep black people hard enough, you can curb the complications of fucking associating with politicians and having them use your song lyrics like Kamala Harris, or that you would say something of substance at the Super Bowl while fucking, while we're getting fucking fascists in office and shit like that. And I feel like that's just not a reality.
Yeah.
So I feel like niggas are just having short-sighted conversations to kind of go over that reality, all on the back of someone being sad about D'Angelo passing.
Yeah. Yo, look at the bail we shot Obama, man. If Obama didn't have a black wife, you know what I mean? Like a beautiful black wife, we would have been like, this nigga ain't a nigga at all. You know what I mean? We would have, light skin from Hawaii and shit. This nigga Kenyan, he ain't black American and shit. That's a thing that also is reified in black communities, a product of multiple different tiers of influence and social reality. But I'm sure people have things to say about Kendrick, and when they see his light skinned wife, they probably might say some shit about that shit too. I'm sure Dr. Umar got some shit to say about that, and he's apparently the new Marcus Garvey of judging whether or not a nigga is a nigga or not. I don't fucking know.
No. Dr. Umar, he's no, actually, I changed my mind. You fuck with Dr. Umar, Trey?
Nah, Dr. Umar gonna look at me and be like,
funniest man alive.
But you mix though.
But you mix. But you're a native.
By the way,
you know who else is a native? You know who else is a native like you, nigga?
Me.
Cavalier on the cover of Chief.
Hey, we got it in the background right now. You know the vibe.
Yeah.
Trey does transitions, bro. It's actually insane out here.
Segue Trey.
That's
Trey.
What he does. That's what he does. Thank you very much, Trey. Let me just introduce my
topic. That's what Trey does.
That's what Trey does, dude. Let me introduce my topic real quick. So I'm gonna set the stage. Cavalier, the best rapper of all time ever, forever. In 2014, he dropped this project called Chief. It's my favorite over his. Just the energy he comes out on this joint. I think he still has kind of the same incredible flow he has now, but there's kind of a real immediacy to the way he's rapping on this project that I think over the time he's kind of got a little more okay, let me become more chill, let me become a little more wise and shit. So I think on this project you still get kind of the electric version of Cav, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's still my favorite of his of all this time. And there's one song in particular on it that I really wanted to draw focus on today, and that's Blind Seer. Blind Seer Interpolation Mix is the joint on Spotify. I don't know if that's a different version of the song.
I checked. All of them said interpolation, so.
Okay, word. Yeah.
Right. Well, it was it's because it was I think the original in my MP3 file says Max Roach interpolation, and that's because it is a sample. I'm not sample snitching, it's all online, but that's because it was a the sample is Max Roach Garvey's Ghost. Speaking of Marcus Garvey. But yeah, so I think that I think that maybe when it went on, because I think the SoundCloud might still say Max Roach joint, but the subsequent online joints just don't have Max Roach, and maybe that's to skirt
Word.
the algo of them getting caught
maybe
for the sample.
interpolation, like they got caught for the sample and then they re-recorded it by having actual musicians.
True.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, interpolation being an actual interpolation mix. Yeah. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I was wondering that for a few months. Good to kind of get that sorted. Yeah. I guess starting with the actual interpolation itself, dude, this beat is outrageous. It's outrageous. The rhythm of it is fantastic. The actual like textures of the horns and the singing, it's insane. I couldn't find a producer credit when I looked for it. But I genuinely just the sound palette on this joint is fantastic. The different sections, the way the beat breaks down in the middle and has the drum solo in, it's just a masterpiece in the way it's constructed in that sense. What I mainly wanted to talk about was kind of the way that Cavalier kind of like explores a pretty like pinpoint version of his spiritualism in this by kind of coming at it through he's got like the idea of sight as kind of a vessel for seeing this shit. Like he goes to this whole story of him losing his sight in an accident time ago, and then through that
when he was like a kid, right?
Yeah, when he was a kid, he was half the age that he is now or whatever.
He had like
I was half
like
the age.
blindness from like some eye trauma. I don't know, was with a bat or something. I don't.
He said with the force of a bat. I don't think it was a bat itself, but something hit his eyes and he was blinded, and it was kind of under the impression that he was never going to get his sight back. And like through that event, kind of went through like a kind of spiritual what's the word I'm looking for?
Awakening.
Spiritual awakening, epiphany of sorts, where like he was kind of approached by his past grandparent through a dream of sorts, and it's kind of the way that is tied in through that whole piece is brilliant, because it starts off with the idea of like, okay, you black out, I go blind, meaning, well, I mean, my interpretation of that at least was kind of like he goes blind if his like forefathers or foremothers black out. If they leave, then he's blind. And over the course of the track, that like idea of you black out, I go blind gets explained through that kind of idea. Like at the beginning, it seems like, oh, he's just talking about, oh, like you gotta see with your eyes and shit. You know what I mean? It seems like kind of like just some like kind of mumbo jumbo, like spiritualist shit. And then it goes into, oh, okay, he blacks out, he goes blind because he lost his sight from a injury. And then at the end, it's like, we can never lose sight or something, like we can never go dark or something like that.
Well, like
that's kind of coming from we can never black out, sorry. And that's kind of coming from my ancestors could never go black out, so I can never go blind. And I just think
and then he takes it to another level, because he also discusses how his mom was having a battle with some type of degenerative illness that was taking her sight from her. So because of that also element, he sees now, and he's going to continue with that sight, the same conditions as his mom. Cav
he's different.
Crazy.
I am one of the, like, I don't watch a lot of media, so maybe there's some other idiot out there that's like, Cavalier's the best and been saying that for over 10 years like me. I got into Cav in like, I want to say like 2011, the breaking, and I've been following him. I've been telling people he's the illest, and after Different Type Time came out, and after the joint with Child Actor, I'm like, I told y'all, just if you would have just done it. And he's literally to me one of the best writers writing raps right now, and he is distinctive in his style. Nobody has a style like Cav. Nobody puts it together like Cav, and he's been like that the whole time. But he has all of these tremendous points on all of his albums that are just some of the most brilliant writing and the blackest shit ever, like the illest shit ever. And
they wouldn't be saying the shit about Tyler about Cavalier, bro.
No,
they couldn't.
Cav is also, he's an OG, triple OG Gennady Golovkin. You know, he's a real old type of cat, and you know, a lot of times he's talking about the Israelites and the fruit of Islam. So some of those things are a bit reactionary, and I could see people going and you know, tossing bullshit at him about that. But you know, that's just another thing that's inherent to that New York black perspective of spirituality and black empowerment. And I come you guys know I was God body when I in my youth and whatnot, and that's why I'm mega. But yeah, Cav is just unassailable, bro. Like somebody showed me a tweet that he posted a couple months back, and I was like, yo, don't ever show me a tweet from Cavalier again, you motherfucker. What are you trying to do here? You trying to, you know what I mean? Like, who are I was really like, yo, don't you ever disrespect the God, even if he said it and there's a receipt. I just don't ever want to, you know what I mean, not in my presence. But yeah, he's like you know, my favorite MCs of all time. You know, I've been hip hop head. Yeah, like my favorite MCs. I've loved Bus Driver and Aesop Rock since like 2000, 25 years. But of the new class of MCs that I've only known for 10, 15 years, Cav is firmly, especially after his last releases, on that list with guys like Rap Ferreira and Rory, and you know, like he's just one of the best. And I was happy you wanted to discuss this album or this song in particular, because it gives me the opportunity to really glaze fucking No Homo if I get on my East Coast
More homo.
Pause.
Mo Homo. Yes, Sugoi Homo, super homo here. It gives me the opportunity to give love to him, because I really do think that he's one of hella homo. You saw how they try to do us on the J Electronica joint where he was like gay, and I thought he was I thought it was props. I forgot that people be hella hating gays and shit. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, hella gay, super gay.
Lesbians are riding for us, bro. Finally.
Yeah. Shout out to the lesbians. It's solidarity. But yeah, Cavalier, just magnificent. Different Type Time is probably going to end up being one of my favorite records of this decade. I love that album. Like, it's just back to back, just a masterpiece to me. So yeah, more Cavalier talk, more Cavalier work, more Cavalier glaze. All homo.
Ooh,
yeah, cool. What you were saying about like him like feeling especially electric on this project, that comes through in his performing, because I had the privilege of seeing him. Shit, that might have been 2 years ago. He opened for Arm & Hammer, and that performance was so amazing. And like, it could, if someone said that performance was better than Arm & Hammer said, I would not fucking blink an eye, because the level of crowd control and just the passion he was putting into his performance, like that shit resonated deeply. And I feel like the way he's lightened up in recent years, it allowed me to like kind of appreciate the writing a bit more, because after hearing those two projects, how long ago was that? Damn,
like
time
Private Stock and Lemonade.
Not even Private Stock and Lemonade. Child Actor and
Cine. Yeah, Different Type of Time and Cine.
Yeah, Different Type of Time and Cine.
He
is one of the most like salient writers. Like he always manages to like draw out like very strong imagery, and even like how you mentioned like his spiritual nature, even as like someone who is like inherently spiritual, he makes sure you feel that. You feel the emotion in the music. That shit really comes through. So that's one of my favorite things about Kev.
I be having like real fucking black metaphysical breakthroughs, like reading fucking old black authors and shit. I'd be like, I love being black. You know what I mean? Let me go talk shit to Fick right quick. Where's Fick at? Let me fucking Fick. What are you doing over there, Whitey? Yeah, I mean getting crazy with it.
No, I mean that's what Cavalier does to a motherfucker, man. He out here doing like he just pro black shit to such a high degree that I'm sitting here like, man, I'm gonna get ignorant real quick.
Is he I'm not positive, like, when I look at him, he looked like a lot of people on my dad's side of the family. And my dad, we black Seminole from the reservation, 150 years or more, and he looked like a lot of people on my side of the family. And with his album being called Chief, is he part he's like Geechee Gola and shit, right? Mixed.
I'm not sure, but
also Native American.
I don't know the specifics. This is something I assume from how he speaks about his own stuff.
Project,
like, I think, and Private Stock got kind of into the a few of those bags as well. So I make the assumption that that is a part of his heritage, but I'm
also
not here being like, oh, he's this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't
he in New Orleans too, right? I think his home base is New Orleans, and there's a big contingent of Geechee Gola, Black Creole speaking folks from out there. So I thought maybe that, but shout out to the God, man, like Cavaliers.
God, he's crazy, and like this project specifically, like I remember like because I was listening. I've been a fan of Cavalier for actually like quite a while. So considering I'm like 5 years old. Like I think I found Cavalier when in like 2019. Like just I'd listened to Lemonade a bit and I was like, that's pretty neat. I didn't dive into it all that much, but I remember being like, Cavalier's great, Cavalier's good. And then when all the like his crazy backwards run was happening, I was like, let me go back and listen to his entire discography. And then this album here has just stuck with me as like outrageous music, like outrageous music, like from like Jackson Pollock, this track, the Return of the Black Kings, Trail of Tears. Like, I don't think he has an album that I think hits all of these different vibes well for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of as well, like, I think the extent of the songwriting on this album, like a lot of this is 2014, man. So niggas are still doing 3 verses. Niggas are still doing 3rd verses. And that's something that I love so much about this project, is all of the ideas, because of the kind of structuring of it, become so fleshed out. Like Blind Seer, like I know we already talked about it a bit, but the song has to build because it's like 6 minutes. It's 4 minutes long, yeah. So it has to take all of that time to become more than just the chorus it begins with and the beat that it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it elevates itself so much through that. You know, and like as much as I love Cine, I think Cine is probably my like 2nd favorite of his. The tracks they're a little shorter. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got a lot more
it's
like
a different type time.
Verses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different type of
shorter,
time. You know what I mean?
It's short shit. Yeah.
It's shorter. Different type of time is less like conceptual. You know what I'm saying? It's like Chief does all of it for me because it has those joints that are less conceptual and are doing a lot more like specifics. Oh, I'm fucking rapping. I'm the best rapper ever. Yeah. But it also does the kind of thematic heavy lifting of having the Chief.
It's
like ideas.
It's also like his earlier work is a little bit more kinetic and a little bit more fast paced in some of the things. Like around Private Stock, he kind of slows it down some. The beats are a little bit more laid back and chill. But this joint, the Max Roach shit is like it's hyper kinetic. The drums are fast-paced jazzy drums and he's bombing per usual, but the fact that the production on it it's so good, but it's also the type of song that doesn't really transform and progress and have musical movements or changes. This is essentially just like a loop for the most part of it, you know what I mean? But he's such a great and strong songwriter that it captures your attention and it keeps your ear busy the whole way through. He's a phenomenal just writer in general, even just a phenomenal orator. When you hear him speak about something like the death of Ka, he's just so fucking eloquent. He's like a fucking rose. Like it's so beautiful and fragrant, but that motherfucker got thorns. It's hard as fuck. Like he's so amazing, so eloquent. Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
He's the best, dude.
Going back to Jackson Pollock real quick. Suede Jury goes crazy on
Jackson Pollock's wildly problematic, and I don't think we should discuss that on this channel.
I've never listened
heard stories.
I checked if he still makes music, but it looks like he hasn't dropped since 2020. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That verse is outrageous. That verse is so good, dude. What, like, he loves that part where he goes like, what? The rhythm. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's outrageous. He was ahead of the game. The OG. It was time back, bruv. So he did that first. But yeah, no, that verse is incredible. The kind of like, I guess even like the way Preacher Man comes on that, like Cavalier opening it, then Preacher Man setting it off. I don't know what the fuck Preacher Man be on, but that nigga has too much energy when he on the mic. So then going into Suede and then back to Preacher Man and then back to Cavalier. That's again the structure thing I'm saying. Like they built out these songs. I mean, they got so much mileage out of these.
Oh yeah, his
in a lot
musicality
of cases
is
would
great.
be yeah. In a lot of cases it would be like smaller ideas. Yeah, no, just a fantastic project.
Whatever happened to Iman Omari? Like, I haven't seen that name in a long time, but for a while, Iman Omari was all over the place. I think Iman is also on Private Stock, but I haven't heard anything from Iman for a long time.
Their last album came out 2017, according to Spotify, which I wouldn't actually trust with anything. So maybe don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're on Bubba by Kate Trinada. That's 2019. No, that's not that recent. I thought that was a lot more recent. I'm old. I'm old and
5 years old, but you know, it's been a long time. It's a different type of time.
Yeah. Different type of time, man. Different type of time. Yeah. Do you have any other things to say about this Cavalier record, or can we just be like, yeah, it's the best hip hop ever been, and then move on?
Good music, good music. Check it out if you haven't.
Tremendous.
If you haven't, honestly, if you haven't checked out Chief by Cavalier, you're just doing it wrong. You're just doing it incorrect.
I know. It says 2014. That might be a bit dated, a bit old even. But you know, someone who was alive and well in 2014, it was Mega. Mega is the OG. Mega's in the most undisrespectful way. Mega is our OG, and we respect the old heads.
I was just telling Cozy last night. I was like, OGs never forget. We never forget. The real OGs never forget. Segue Trey again. One of the reasons I wanted to point. One of the reasons I wanted to point out my topic, which is not really so clearly defined, and I'm just going to kind of freestyle off of it, was I was thinking about the fact that in underground hip hop, the pejorative term or the term old head is kind of a misnomer in terms of how it's weaponized in like more mainstream rap culture.
Definition.
Yeah.
What does that word mean, Mega? Tell them for the people at home, and also me and Trey.
Wrong or inaccurate name or designation.
Yeah, it doesn't accurately describe the person, and it's like, I guess it does. I mean, I'm old and ahead of hip hop. I've been a hip hop head since I was 12 and started breaking, and immediately started going to, breaking functions and underground shit in the West Coast. I was a B-Boy Summit '96, and freestyle session, and I've been an underground hip hop kid my entire life, and I'm 42 years old now. And one of the things that I noticed is that like there's this overarching kind of idea that is really reified through publications and just general talking that hip hop culture is a youth culture, and it's the youth that pushes hip hop forward, and it's the youth that really has their pulse on hip hop culture. And I was thinking to myself, like, that shit is not accurate when it comes to the underground. When it comes to the underground, you still have to have like the backwards idea of hip hop history if you want to be taken seriously as a head. The biggest underground artists right now are in their fucking 30s and 40s. For like 40s, if name
30s, 40s,
30s and 40s, and
it's
so
like 40s and 50s more like, I think, at this
probably. Well, I mean, look at Castro. Castro's a grown ass man. Like, Castro's older than me. Prim and all these guys are peers. Like, Woods is older than me, I think. Elucid is probably Elucid is, I think, my same age and shit. Open Mike Eagle, peers, like same age group type of shit. And one of the things about the term old head that's strange is that usually it's used to denote a person who does not like new shit. You know what I mean? It's usually like it's those nostalgic cats that were never really actually a part of the participatory culture of hip hop in terms of making it, writing graffiti, breaking, or maybe they wore the clothes and they watched BET, but I'm talking about like actually producing beats, rapping, and that 4-element shit. Like, the old heads are the cats that they're like FD Signifier. He's not. He's the type of cat who grew up listening to black music on the radio, along with Professor Sky, even, who were listening to this music on the radio, really loved the culture, followed the culture, understood it to be like a major black epicenter of our experience in the West. And once the music industry changed in the sound and even some of the musical tropes that we were discussing changed, they held on to the nostalgia for things that would never really come around again until Marlon Craft. Thank God. Shout out to Marlon Craft for for bringing it back and shit. But those guys weren't around for the, they weren't on Fun Crusher. They weren't on Fellowship. They didn't follow this trajectory of underground art that leads directly to, Woods being one of the biggest artists in the world right now. Quelle, 2010, Cavalier's been putting it down. Like, there's never been a time in hip hop where it was whack, but in order to be a part of it, like in order to understand it, you had to be ahead. And so now all the old heads that really mean any, like whatever that means, like old heads are the OGs. We're the guys when, cats are going back and be like, yo, have you listened to this album before? Have you heard of Scaramanga? And it's like, yes, of course. I was there. I bought that one, like, and it's good that young guys, like, even, Departure goes back and does the knowledge and listens to a lot of things. And people do go back and do the knowledge. And that's tremendous. It's tremendous. But I'm just saying that's like I used to be really kind of impressed by the fact that he's fucking 19 years old and he knows radio and active and shit. And that's meaningful because hip hop culture it is an actual culture that exists beyond the eyes of popular that are popularly disseminating what it is and what it means to be hip hop and what hip hop actually functions as. Like, I don't look to the motherfucking Grammys for hip hop any more than I look to some fucking 22-year-old who tries to tell me that so and so artist is the best artist of all time. You got to take it with a grain of salt. And old head in the underground, it only exists as indication that it should only exist as an indication that person remembers and has been around for the shit. All the cats that I love, old heads for the most part. Like the artists, old fucking heads. And they're still making some of the most challenging, impressive, experimental, avant-garde music out. Fuck all that youth culture bullshit. Y'all too young. No, kids. No, like I don't hate on the kids either. But there is a difference between underground hip hop happened 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Underground hip hop happened 30 years ago. I'm sorry, it's dead. It's different now. But we remember that shit. And now what it exists as is different.
I think a good amount of it is like, I think old head as kind of a phrase often existed in like spaces where it's like, there's no reason for you as someone who is not interested in like the new age hip hop type shit, who doesn't like that music, to be constantly jumping in the conversation and being like, oh, but hip hop used to be da 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 da. So I get it as a functional term of like, I don't need to hear anyone who doesn't like Lil Baby's opinion on Lil Baby. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. They shouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Listen to the shit you like. And I understand kind of feeling as if like hip hop has deteriorated through over time because the people at the top of it became the Lil Babies and da 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 da. But you gotta consider the scale of the shit is entirely different now. Scale of the shit is entirely different now. For sure. And like it's not the fault of those people that hip hop is not what hip hop used to be. And if anything, the people who believe that hip hop should be how hip hop used to be, a lot of them folk just aren't keeping up with what's actually coming out. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of those people aren't listening to the Cavaliers that we're mentioning. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of the time. Idea. Yeah, a lot of time I think old head has its uses, and old head's usage is for those niggas who just are like, oh, back in my day, but then aren't gonna put in their work to understand what's happening in this day that they would like. You know what I'm saying? They only have their nostalgia. Yeah,
they only have their nostalgia.
And like love
and criteria based on that nostalgia.
Yeah, now they like Griselda because Griselda sounds like the old sound. We finally bringing real hip hop back.
In reference to Griselda sounding like the old town, I feel like the concept of like an old head was born like out of the feeling of like Wu-Tangs and 666s not being on the radio anymore. And as like hip hop got like more monopolized at a high level, and I feel like there was like this disconnect of like authenticity and authentic art just at the higher level of it. So I feel like it just made sense to go to like more obscure niche circles, and those places are predominantly dominated by older people. I forget that a lot sometimes, just being in our circle and talking about shit, and then like someone will be like, "Yeah, I'm like 30 or I'm 40," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm surrounded by a bunch of older dudes, and y'all experience of it is very different from mine, which I appreciate. I always appreciate being in a circle
Unsung and
where
Chong,
we get these alternate perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Dash,
talking to Unsung and Chong yesterday about them niggas being like, I don't want to leave the house. I'm trying to stay home. And I was like, why? They're like, because I'm old, bro. I'm old. And I was like, shit, you right.
That's why. Y'all got to give me more props. Y'all got to give me more props. I'm 40. I'm 42 years old. I'll be outside. I pulled an all-nighter. I pulled an all-nighter on Saturday night, and I'm barely getting back to my sleep schedule today. It's Wednesday.
I said this to them. I was like, you guys have no excuse. Mega's out every single night. Mega's drinking every night.
Outside. We try to fight. Yo, my cousin called me up at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Like, yo, this cat got my money. We're gonna have to run up on him. I was like, I'm outside. We ready for it. I don't even know why I was like, okay, yeah, let's go outside and get arrested for beating up somebody. But yeah, I'm outside. Yeah, I'm outside. We didn't have to do it. We didn't have to do it, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I just, I was struggling to come up with a topic this week, and I just thought it was, there's a, like you were saying, Trey, there's fans as a like anti-commercial participatory subculture organized with grassroots levels versus the rabid consumers and promoters of like corporate IP that happened in hip hop culture. And yeah, like I know what it means when it's an old head. Like usually I love this quote from LP on fucking Bazooka Tooth, I think, where he says the most nostalgic cats were the ones that were never part of it. So fucking stay on that old bullshit while we push the envelope forward and shit, right? And you got a lot of cats that live off of that classic boom bap sound, and that's what they make and that's what they like. And when you have a young cat like a Marlon Craft or these people who are redoing the traditional 90s boom bap sound with lyrics, hard, like thoughtful lyrics. Then people, those old heads gravitate towards that. And
I've never heard of that nigga in my life, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought it was you that told me. I thought it was you that told me that who was it? Maybe it was Yeti. But it's like FD Signifier was talking about like, yeah, hip hop is getting stale. It's been bad for a long time. That. But check this out. And then like it hits the play, guy. And it's like it's Marlon Craft, and it's like
I don't know if it was Marlon Craft, but there was like
you tapped in.
Signifier was like, yeah, hip hop, but then we have this guy. And it was just some white dude who raps nice. Like he raps nice. It wasn't a bad rapper. I remember seeing that video, and that was
I'm pretty sure that was Marlon Craft. And I'm gonna take I fuck with FD Signifier, but I don't fuck with his hip hop takes. I don't fuck with his hip hop takes.
Okay, yeah. So on that point, I definitely use old head in a very derogatory sense most of the time. Either that or I'm fucking with the older people in the circle. But
you be trolling me all the time.
FD, for a while, I could not get behind FD because he was old head derogatory in a way where it was like rap is bad and ain't nothing good happening. And the only niggas doing good shit are Tyler the Creator and JID. But what I appreciated by FD is that he started getting to more shit. So he started like getting in the Woods and McKinley Dixon and Brian Reynolds and Infinity Dogs, and he was plugging that in the videos, which I respected. My frustration with old head as a concept is the notion the niggas are always like rap is dead, ain't nothing going on, and their refusal to engage with anything that's beyond like a certain level of visibility. So I feel like I feel like that's more encouraged in the underground, and I feel like it doesn't even have to be like on some Griselda shit. Like there's still forward thinking older artists doing shit. And I feel like that resonates with younger people like me or Co or people like Shamar. Like we're all younger, but like we still resonate with that vein of music and even like incorporate it ourselves. So I feel like that's the main distinction of old head. And whether it's used like in a negative sense or not.
No, like not to just again rag on the people we're describing as old heads, but it's also like them niggas when they were listening to the music that they were listening to, they weren't trying to listen to it. You know what I mean? Them niggas, they didn't have to put in the work back then So then when they now have to put in work to listen to their music, they're like, oh, fucking, I'm not being served the music that I would enjoy.
Yeah,
What
That's
the fuck is
exactly.
going on?
That's
You know what I'm
that's it.
That's
That's
exactly that, and I think
That goes back to the LP
badass
one.
way.
It's like you're not a part of anything. You're just getting fed something,
Mhm.
and you liked it, and now you're not. Your diet isn't being satiated, so
Yeah.
you
It
was
refuse
great.
to engage with anything else to fulfill yourself.
It was great when you could turn on BET Rap City and hear Cellar Dwellers, or you could hear the first, like, I saw Company Flow on Rap City with Joe Claire and shit. You know what I mean? There was a time where that was like still happening, and it's radically changed. By the time they was doing 106 in Park, I was already tapped out. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna keep on doing this underground thing, and I like a lot of the cats that I like. You know, Supreme Clientele is the shit, but I know when Supreme Clientele 2 drops, it's gonna be trash. And it was. I just had to wait 25 years for it and shit. Yeah, but you know, like I like to hate on the old heads. I just don't like when the term is even like pushed towards me whatsoever. I don't mind Trey calling me unk and shit, but if the pejorative of old head is going to fucking vex me, because I'm like, I've been a part of this. I've been outside, like, you know what I mean? I was like,
to your credit, you are very in touch.
Yeah, but you know, if you look around, all of our, like, when I talked to Def C about Galapagos 4, you know, we talked to, you know, the cats that is doing this shit that's older were always in touch, you know, like, yeah, man, it's a different type of time. I keep on. Yeah, I feel. I didn't realize how useful that term was until just today, and now I'm gonna sneak that into every type of conversation. What you doing, Maggie? You on your lunch break? Yeah, man, it's a different type time. I'm about to go to the convenience. Yeah, I'm gonna put a different type time counter on the video, and if we get to 7, then then I'll send somebody some stickers.
What stickers you got, man? Oh my god, guys! As a part of the Patreon, stickers. We should do merch, nigga. We should start making fucking. We should start making.
I got hella stickers.
We gonna get them
house
made.
Stickers.
Oh shit! That's sick as fuck.
I don't.
We're gonna exploit someone in a factory in the third world to get some merch made, get some shirts made for $5, and then sell it y'all for like 30.
No, you don't need to do that. I own a Chinese man in Guangzhou. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't mean own. I mean, I commission. I commission a Chinese man. Yeah. You know, I could never exploit another human being.
Hell yeah! Thank God.
Not as Marxist.
It's good to know that What's Up with the Minutes is your friend. It's your personal friend. Yeah.
We will never lead you astray.
Yeah. Never. We do need merch, though. We do need merch. Just with Trey's face on it. Like, you know what I mean? We'll get a childhood picture of Trey, and it'll say ban. Ban. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, also ban Trey. Yeah.
We should start. So you know how Tyler was doing them picking these shirts? We should do bitch ass nigga shirts, bro. That's what we need. That's all.
That's not nearly as bad. I thought that was gonna go away with.
Yeah,
gonna be let's put Mega up there with Sambo lips.
Yeah, right there next with Drake. That'd be hard.
We should start repping Drake.
That shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I mean, my spider sense was tingling the whole time with Drake. I didn't understand how people shot him bail at all at any point. Like, I was never on that. Ugh.
He got hit with the Tyler Black Enough Red, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he should have just joined iFuture.
Yeah, some of the things that I thought that were the meanest that was said to him was like from Pusha, when Pusha was like, "Your hair don't nap up right," and it was just like, bro, let a nigga be mixed. Shit, you know what I mean?
He don't got the organoid, man. You gotta leave him alone, bro. He don't got the right product.
Let a nigga be mixed. Like, come on, man, shoot him some bail.
My gosh,
yeah, we didn't do that to J. Cole. Goddamn,
because he got dreads, bro. We got dreads. You're the ultimate.
Hey, man, Jufro is a real thing.
Makes me valid on every nigga related topic just by having dreads.
I'm about to lock my shit up then, just so I don't get fucking beat up by fucking Dr. Umar.
You should get the perm again.
Hey, yeah, I just run a hot comb. My shit is real silky. I got that yaki. I got that. You know what it is? I got that yaki. You know what I mean? Nah.
That
Now I'm about
Yaki,
to start doing my hair. I'm gonna start doing my hair like well, if I wasn't losing so much in the front, I would still have my hair braided. And I used to just keep two long braids, kind of like Cavalier and shit. Maybe I didn't get it from him, but mine detect mine, different type
No,
of
I
time.
think he got it from you, man. That's what it is. It's not mind detect mind shit. He just saw you he just saw you back in on tour in Japan in 2014. And
All
was like,
pictures
shit,
on a
man.
Seminole reservation. He was like, that nigga looks real.
Yeah,
He doesn't look like a band at all.
Y'all trying to do the recommendations?
Yeah, let's do the
Oh
recs.
yeah. Let's do the rest of the podcast thing we do. Yeah, my bad. We got distracted. I'm gonna recommend the same thing I did last time, low key. That Dov Dev, yeah. Dev. The record's out. Okay, my bad, Trey. Fucking you ain't run shit around here, man. Don't talk to me like that. Watch your mouth, Trey. Watch your mouth. That Dov Dev record, man. That shit dropped, and it's the best thing ever, dude. It's so great. It's so fantastic. It's literally like it's as personable as I hoped it would be, while also I think being like a foundational record for them, even this like late into their career. It's like one of those joints that if someone was like, "Oh, I want to get into Pink Navel / Dev," this is the album. You drop that on, and if you like this, then check out more shit. But this is kind of doing them to like a extremely precise level. You know what I'm saying? They got their singing in there. They got their crazy poeticness in their like actual approach to it. The flow is nuts, and they get like the production they work with is very often like very like bit crushed in a way that like allows for like kind of a video gamey aesthetic. Like that's there in there as well. The beats are mad fun on a lot of it as well. Like you might like it. Get into your b-boy shit again. There's a few cuts on there that are really dancey that I've been doing.
Dev is very whimsical, yeah,
for sure, man. And that's present here. They get a little sad, but not everyone. You know what I mean? It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, genuinely, it's not my favorite of theirs, but it is a very welcomed addition to the catalog, and I'm excited to see what they do next under this name. For sure.
Are you doing over there, Trey?
Bro, I'm telling you, this time of day, my vision just gets blurry as fuck.
I just saw him holding his eyes open. I was like, is that something to do with .dev? Like, what is going on?
I'm trying to make sure I'm not having a stroke.
Okay. How's your left arm feel?
Yeah, show me this right side of your face, man. We got to make sure.
I'm good. I'm not hitting the Trump shit.
That Trump slump. Yeah, that Trump slump. Yeah. No, but I'm excited to listen to that album.
Yeah, I recommend in the wake of the passing of D'Angelo, I just been running the discography all week. If you haven't heard it, you need to play that shit. Amazing music. Which track? Let me see. Me and Those Dreaming Eyes of Mine. That shit changed my life. That was riding on the way to work. That shit changed my life. So run that shit. Fix your life.
Genuinely, I hadn't listened to Brown Sugar in actual years before he passed.
Yeah, same.
I've been like Voodoo. It's just such a special album that it honestly makes me kind of I haven't listened to the other ones nearly as much as I should do because of how much I love Voodoo. You know what I'm saying? So like as a result, I maybe listened to Brown Sugar like maybe like 3 times. Over the course of my life, it's been played a lot in terms of like individual songs, but in full, I've only listened to it like 3, maybe 4 times. And this, Brown Sugar is an outstanding album. Black Messiah is obviously also an outstanding album, but I've been like just bumping the fuck out of Brown Sugar recently. That's a fantastic project.
Yeah, amazing.
There are joints on there. I also think like anyone who's like who's heard this news and they sad about it, you need to watch like his live sets and shit like that. Like that's what made me like that shit there is outrageous. He was such an outstanding performer. There's this one clip I seen, where it's like it's the beginning of like how does it feel, and he keeps on walking up to the mic as if he's about to start, and then he walks away like this. And then he comes up to the mic as he's about to start singing, and he goes. it's so good.
That's like James Brown.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. It's amazing, and he keeps going. And then walking away, and he goes a whole lap around the whole stage. He goes over to his piano, does a few keys, walks back to the mic, and goes, oh. And then when he starts singing, everyone starts screaming and shit. Like that's some real rock star shit, man.
That's aura.
Aura. Yeah, he had the funk. Like just such a tremendous artist. I was just talking about this on my last review that I did with Jet, but I'll reiterate it here. Is like I hadn't realized how many eras of my life were kind of punctuated by his music. And 1995, I wasn't into R&B. I was listening to fucking Only Built for Cuban Links and Dr. Octagon and shit.
The purple one. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the purple tape, But like my sisters would play it, and like you go to the dance, you hear a song, and then when I got older, I was like, all right, this is how I'm gonna be smooth to the women and shit. And then when Messiah came out, it was like I had grown to appreciate live instrumentation and putting things together. And when the first time I heard the charade, I didn't get to the end of the album for like another day because I just played the charade over and over and over again because it was amazing. Also, D'Angelo was the one cat, maybe I'm being embellishing a bit, but he might have been the first cat that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I might be cute, but I'm not sexy. Because I've seen I might be kind of like good looking and shit, but I'm not sexy. Because he had the video where he got the fucking what do they call them? The cum gutters. And I was like, bro. Like, bro, you doing too? Like, I feel uncomfortable watching this video because it's like, why you look like that? Like,
dude, that's great. He literally looked.
I didn't know they made you like that.
Yeah, I didn't know people could look like that, bro.
An Adonis.
Are insane.
An Adonis. Yeah, an Adonis. I was like, Jesus Christ. Second time was like maybe fucking Amistad and shit. I was like, yo, bro, fit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, like just a tremendous, brilliant, vibrant mind. One of the greatest artists in the history of art, and a tremendous loss for the world. Run up more D'Angelo. Just yeah. It's so good.
I was getting a lot of news of like him working on shit as well. Like over the last like few months, I was seeing a lot of stuff about that. So obviously, someone passing is not like, oh, it's so sad, we're not gonna get more music. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's a whole person.
Selfish. Yeah, crazy.
Selfish as shit.
Yeah. But then you get it, and it's like, yeah, that's not fair. It's like, check out that new Mobb Deep album.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit.
Hey, I heard good things. That might be from the old head contingency, but
it's fine. There's some joints on it. It's good to hear Prodigy, and the beats are serviceable. That's good. It's dope. It's fine.
Might check it out.
Yeah. But
What's your recommendation then, Mega?
What you recommend, Mega?
Well, I've just been reading the books that I'm reading and stuff, and I don't want to recommend books all the time. But next week, next week, I'm planning on doing an interview with Rap Ferreira. I'm planning on getting with the homie Rory and talking to him. As far as I know, he hasn't done any interviews in a long time, and we people. So he said he was down to do it, and I'll be discussing the new album that he has. I believe it's a collaborative album with Kenny Siegel, right?
Yeah, and that the Bandcamp version of that is dropping this Friday. The actual streaming version is time away, like the next month.
Yeah, he does that.
But the Bandcamp version is dropping this month, like this Friday.
Yeah.
Which I
already got the prepaid. Yeah.
Oh shit! You get him?
Yeah, I like the album that he released December, January released. Outstanding. Understanding.
Yeah, brilliant.
I love that. Rory's one of my favorites, and I know that he's a kind of contentious person within the community for a variety of reasons, but I think we'll also touch on some of those things too and try to have a real conversation between people. And so I'm going to do that. And also next week I'll be discussing, I think I'm going to link up with my brother Knee Block, and he's a professor of black study type of Marxist studies in Brooklyn. And we're going to discuss the movie, One Battle After Another. One battle.
I've heard not good things about it.
Oh, the really? One. Okay, I haven't.
Paul Thomas Anderson. It's quite fine, but I mean, it's a good film. Like, I don't understand why people wouldn't like it unless they have issues with the kind of revolutionary zeal that's happening in there. But that's also one of the things that we're going to critique. It's got Jungle Pussy in it.
Oh, what?
It does.
Yeah, it does. And it's Jungle Pussy as Jungle Pussy. Yeah.
What? That's sick.
Yeah. She says, "My name is Jungle Pussy, and this is Black Power. I'm taking your money to buy my dynamite." and my guns and my ammunition. And then she, they kill somebody in the bank, and then, spoiler alert.
Hey, I might watch this maybe. I don't watch movies, but maybe I might watch this one. Who knows?
I don't know. Like, of all the things to say about it, saying it's not a good film, like, it's great filmmaking. It's Paul Thomas Anderson. It's pretty good, but there's a lot. I heard
people say it's a good movie, but yeah, a lot of critiques about the depictions of certain things.
Well, it was initially going to be called The Battle of Bacton Cross, and it was highly influenced by the radical leftist organization, the Weathermen, and also the movie The Battle for Algiers. And so it is very much diagnosing some of the things that are occurring in the West and in the United States, and it projects them into a kind of alternate future where, racism is rampant and sanctuary cities. It's basically projecting it. It's very cogent and poignant about some of the things happening in our in the West, in the United States particularly right now, and it doesn't do the best job of showing like revolution, but it also does a good job at some of these things showing revolution and community organizing and revolutionaries versus other types of folks. And it's good. And it's also funny. It's also funny to me in a lot of ways. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation with my brother Diami, who is one of my oldest online homies. We've been homies since like 2005 or 6 from the old MMA message boards, because we're old MMA heads, and we both had to leave because Obama got elected as president, and we were just too black for that place. Yeah, we were too black for that place. But he's one of my oldest and best friends, and he's brilliant. He and I have kind of had this more leftist, like Marxist turn over the last 5 or 6 years together, and he's one of the smartest people I know when it comes to theory.
You ain't been woke that long? I thought you was woke
he was an anarchist.
Well, I was an anarchist. I was an anarchist culture jammer. So yeah, I've been woke.
Yeah, I definitely can sense the anarchist.
Well, I mean, I was woke. I was woke even when I was God body. I was hating on white people, the whole time.
He been hating on white people before we were born, Trey.
Yeah, my dad taught me to hate on white people.
I'm stuck on them naming the radical group after LB's group. I can't believe they did that.
Well, that's where LP got his name from,
No,
and
they took it from LP.
The movie. LP took it from Nicolas Cage, the Nicolas Cage movie.
There's a misunderstanding.
Yeah, you're right. See, that's why people need to do the knowledge. See, Trey's an old head. He never forgets.